Hello YouTube, my name's Jax and welcome to the channel. So this is like an offshoot of my devlog. This is making an FPS game part 2, devlog 49, maybe even 50. I think actually that my last video, the title of it was maybe slightly misleading. So the title was making an FPS game, so that could lead people to believe that it was an instruction of how to make an FPS game, or me making an FPS game, or whatever. So really, I just want to clear it up. These making an FPS devlogs are gonna pretty much just be the devlogs that I've been doing for time, just talking about what I've been doing, what I've been working on, not necessarily telling you how to do it, just that I am doing it. I don't know if that's any help to someone, but it helps me, so that's good. It helps me just sort of have a marker for where I am, so I can look back at a previous devlog and say, oh look, that was a time where I couldn't work out how to do this, and now I know how to do this, and now I've moved on and done this. So it's more like a diary for me. So I just kind of wanted to clear that up. I don't want anybody to think that this is a tutorial of how to make an FPS game. I will give advice if I can. I will explain how I've done stuff if I can. And if anyone's got any questions, I will answer them. But yeah, so in my last devlog, I was kind of just introducing you to this new game that I'm working on. And it's an FPS game. And basically there's these little sort of robot things. Well, they're not robots. They're little baby aliens. So you see, it's like a little green dude sitting in there, and there's a chair, and there's a go-kart at the bottom, and their little aliens are controlling these little droids that they've attached go-karts to the bottom of it. So in a way, it's almost like the little baby aliens are playing around. So they've created these little fighters themselves, and they're sort of playing around. So the whole sort of premise of this game is going to be like a sport almost. So it is an FPS, it is a first person shooter, but it's going to be like a sport. So as you can see, the map is mapped out like a pitch, like a football pitch, or like a sports court, or whatever you want to call it. So I'll just play it and show you where I'm at so far, and show you what I'm up to with this. So oh yeah, so sorry, so in the last video I was talking about, I'm going to get my animations a bit more cleaner. I'm going to get the skeleton of my character a bit cleaner, which I did do. So this has a new skeleton now, and the skeleton is a lot cleaner than the last skeleton. And when I say cleaner, what I mean is that the bones are straighter. So if you look at this spine, for example, it just goes straight up. So I mean, it's minus 0.1. I think that's its that's its rotation. So it's minus 0.1 in a rotation, but that's not a massive calculation that needs to be sorted out. But if you look at these rotations, 0.4, and then if you go to the hand, there's minus 4 on that, but it's 0 and 0. So there's no rotation to that at all, almost. So the reason why that's important for me, it might not be important for everybody in gaming, but for me, it gives me a reference point, because I know that needs to be 0. See, so if this rotates slightly that way, the numbers are very obvious of what's happened, and that's why I needed the skeleton to be cleaner. So when for example I make the aim offset, and I have made the aim offset already, but so for example he leans forward like that, I can tell that, look, that's 23 degrees. Well, it's minus 0.1, but like I say, the maths aren't super difficult because I've got a fairly round number to deal with to start with. So say if that was like minus 17.5 and that was plus 23.2 and this was 70 whatever, and it appeared to be straight still, that would mean that the rotation of its straightness was all these complicated numbers. So because it's on 0, 0 and -1, when it is rotated, it's quite clear as to what's happened. I don't know if I just repeated just what I said, but yeah, I'm just trying to explain why it's important to have your skeletal rig fairly zeroed out. The same with most stuff in gaming. It's better to have everything zeroed out. So for example, this big plane here, this big orange thing, which is the floor, I'm going to add a landscape and stuff, but look, its location, or you might not, I don't know if you'll see that behind my camera, but its location is 0, 0, -50. It's -50 because, and that's what's good about all these numbers is because I can understand what they're relating to. So the reason why this is -50 is because the height of this is 50. So for the top of it to be, and the transport, the location of that, oops, I've gone far away. So let me just say, because this is quite a simple example. So the transport bar of this big cube is right here. Look, see this little white dot here with the blue, the green, the red, right? That is 0, 0, -50. If I put that up to 0, that dot now, this point here is 0 of the game. So anything in this game is relative to this 0. So say for example, this box here, the transport of this box is here. So where this location 489.99.0 is relative to this location here. See, it's 489 away from that point here. This point here, this little white dot, is 489.99 away from this white dot, because this white dot is my 0. So I mean, it does start getting more complicated when it's local and world and all that stuff, but it's very good to understand where your numbers are and where your zeros are. So yeah, I don't know if I went off on a bit of a tangent then, but yeah, so that's what I've been trying to clean up, just a lot of my numbers and a lot of my things. So I've done that with the skeletal rig. The rig is pretty much sorted. See, like 0, 0. So all that stuff, when it comes to making animations and things, I can understand where the bones are. So I know every bone in that body now of that character. Whereas before, when I'm using Mixamo and stuff like that, or it's just creating skeletal rigs for me, I don't understand what's happening with all the bones and stuff. But now I do. I've got a better understanding of it. I've got a better understanding of animations. So I haven't done. I've made an aim down sight animation, aim in, aim out, sort of speedy animation, but the animations aren't too much of an issue at the moment. I think what I need to do now is map out, like block out this map. So I just want to sort of show you where I'm at. So the sound of the car isn't brilliant. That's one thing I will change. But it is reacting to the speed. So you see how it slows down, speeds up. I've made these containers. Now I could just use assets for these containers, but I need them to stick to the art style of what this game's going to be. And then there's like this big statue in the middle. Open container, closed container. I've made this ramp. Well, yeah, there's a ramp on either side. See. So basically, what's going on with this the story of this game is that this whole sport is a sport, right? But not for these little baby aliens. These little baby aliens are new little creatures that have created, like, the sport that this pitch is originated from is these robots, the body of this robot without the go-kart at the bottom. So they was having a sport of shooting each other in this field. But what's happened is a big spaceship has crashed in the field here, where this big circle is. The evil organization company has come to research the spaceship crash, which is this SK company. And this company is a company that I'm putting into all my games. So all my games are going to be related to some degree in the world. So they might be from different planets. But this SK company is like one of the evil corporation type companies that sort of police this whole world. So yeah, so a spaceship has crashed here. Obviously now the sport can't go on, but the little baby aliens have added go-karts to the bottom of these little fighter pilot type things, so they can just play between them. So the one team will start on here, the other team will be down there, and it'll just be first person shooter type stuff. Stuns, frags, jumps, all different things, health repairs, ammo, all that sort of stuff. And that's about where I'm at. So you can jump that, or you don't have to jump that. This is just gonna be like an FPS map. But yeah, that's about it. Don't know if there was anything else I wanted to say. Yeah, I just wanted to give a bit more context as to what I'm doing, like with this FPS. This I think I think I might have said this several times with several different games that I've been working on, but I really think I'm on something here, and this is the game I actually want to make. So the other games that I've been working on, I wanted to make. I obviously wanted to make them, but it was a lot of learning and a lot of like trying to understand how it actually all works. Whereas with this, I like the characters, I like the story, I like the rules that I've got in my head. I haven't said the rules to this game I like. So and I think it will make an interesting, fast-paced, tactical first-person shooter. So yeah, it's going to be very quick and it's going to be very tactical. So and fun, hopefully. That's the main thing. I hope it's fun. But yeah, I think this will be a really, really good game. You know, I'm not just saying that. My Gangster D is a really good game. There's a few games that I've made that I may kind of like them and I enjoyed working on them, but there's not, like, you know, it's an alright game. It's not the best. Whereas the Gangster D game is a really good addictive game. I don't know if that's a good thing, but it is really addictive, kind of high score game. And I think this will be a really, really good game. So I'm not trying to sell. Well, I suppose I am trying to sell it, but yeah, I just think I'm on something. So I think that I should dedicate a bit more time to this game. So I just wanted to sort of clear that up, that this is kind of where I'm going to be going forward with this channel. But yeah, thanks guys for watching. Thanks for all the new subscribers. And I hope you enjoyed that video. And I don't know, hopefully learn something, I suppose. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.